Flosstube, I'm Lori and welcome to Once Upon a Stitch. I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I hope I have a lot of returnees. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate all the people who have subscribed to my channel, and I hope you continue to come back. Today I'm going to tell you, I have a list of things that I want to cover, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it all in one video because my videos usually cut me short. But the list includes, I'll start with a life update, another anniversary that I'm celebrating. I'm looking at the list, it's above my camera, so if I constantly look up, it's to get what I'm talking about. Then I'll go over an FFO and some previous finishes because I didn't have that many finishes to share with you this week. Then I'll go over my whips, my haul, and then I'll mention Stitch Mania, but that's going to be another time. Quilts, tips, and then I guess what people are saying, what you're all into, or my favorite things. And that's only two. Okay, let's get started. Life's update. Just like everyone else, life could be very busy, and I enjoy it. It starts my week on a Tuesday usually. I go to my local library, and there's a quilting group that meets there. And after I retired, I went into the library and asked if this quilting group still existed, because when my kids were little and they were in school, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was lucky to be a stay-at-home mom. And I had joined back then. And yes, the group has changed. There's not quite as many people, but it's a great group of women that I've truly admire. And we meet every Tuesday, and it's from noon to 2 p.m. And today actually is a Tuesday. It's April 25th. And after this video, I'll be heading over there. And besides quilting, they actually do cross stitching there, and they do knitting as well as quilting. So we share all our tips and trade secrets and things like that with each other. We share life's happenings, and it's fun. It's great. And since the weather has been getting nice around here in New Jersey, I've been getting out in the garden with my husband and getting the lawn ready. And the gardens, we used to have vegetable gardens. Those were the gardens that we knew from us growing up. But we have an infiltration of squirrels in the area that it didn't pay for us to have a garden anymore. They would steal our tomatoes, literally off the vine, bitten into, and left. So it was really difficult to maintain a garden with the amount of squirrels, because my house backs up into a park, so it's never ending. So we've given up the vegetable garden. We do plant some basil and parsley and things like that, but nothing like we used to. So now we're focusing on flower gardens. And me growing up in the Bronx, New York, I didn't know much about flowers, and other than that they were gorgeous and what I liked and what I didn't like. So as I'm still new to gardening, even though I'm older. I try every year. I try to make it pretty. Usually it does look pretty. And we'll see what happens this year. I saw Priscilla's gardens, and by no means do they compare in any way to hers, but I have something to aspire to one day. So that's Tuesdays. Then working in the yard. What else? I was going to share with you that on Saturday, my local LNS had a stitch-in, or sit and stitch, and I went there and spent a couple hours with them, with the ladies there, and they are truly amazing stitchers and are so knowledgeable of the art that I learn a lot while I'm there, and I truly appreciate them. And then on Sunday, there was a charity fashion show event that my cousin belongs to this group that does charity work, and they have a yearly fashion show, a little buffet, and then they raffle off some baskets. So this year, for the first time, I invited my daughter-in-law, Rebecca, and my son's girlfriend, significant other, Amy. And the three of us went, and my cousin we had a table with other cousins that were there, and we had a fun time. And actually the three of us did win a basket each, so that was the first time that I've ever won one. So that was fun, and it was fun spending the time with the girls. I don't get to see them that often because of their work schedule, and then on the weekends they have their errands and things. So I gave them enough notice that we were able to plan something together. So that was a lot of fun. Alrighty, let's get on to cross stitch. My first FFO is ink circles, turrets, and town. I put it in an 8x8 frame, and I think it came out okay. Maybe it could go up a tad higher, but maybe someday I'll fix it. But that's Turrets and Town by Ink Circles. That was my first FFO. And then I found in a box that I have that had my cross stitch stuff. Now I've taken it all out and organized it. But there was a little piece that I had stitched many, many years ago. And it was from Bordering on the Edge. This is the booklet. And they did a little quilt with a little lamb. And I chose one of the motifs. And I just stitched it. And I never did anything with it before. So I finished it just like a little hanger. And those were the only two things that I finished this week. But I thought I'd share some country cottage, monthly cottages that I've been working on, or that I've completed. And this was the September cottage. Yeah, that's September. This was my October cottage. The Ada was Ada that I had dyed myself, and however it came out is how I used it. And then at Hobby Lobby, they sold a box of these leaves. They were laser cut, and they weren't really buttons, but I had my husband drill holes in them, and I turned them into buttons to attach. Some of them couldn't be because there was not enough that they would snap because they were too thin. But so that was the October. November was just a little one with an acorn ribbon. And that's the back of it. I always do it with the sleeve to hang on the holder. And then finally, this time I'll show you January with snowflakes. I put a charm here and a charm, oops, this one flipped over, a charm in the ribbon. And then some buttons of snowflakes. And that was my January finish. Okay, on to whips. The first one is the Nora Corbett Cherub with a Bird. And I'm almost there. I have this one little section in here to do. An outline border, which is basically a back stitch, and then all the beading and outlining. I have her face to outline a little bit, her arm, and the bird. And the bird is holding a branch to this leaf right here. So that is Nora Corbett. So hopefully by the next Flosstube video, well, my update video, I should have that done unless Stitch Mania gets in the way. And then it'll be after that. My next one is the Sampler Company Plymouth Sampler. And this is the pattern. And this is where I've gotten to. Since you've seen it last, I added another house. Stand up so I can see what you're seeing. I've added the blue house, and I had stopped at O in the alphabet. So I'm down to U in the alphabet, and I put in the birds as well. So that will be it until my next rotation. The next, it was my birthday start. It was Comfort Lighthouse by Carriage House Samplings. And the last time I showed you this, I had most of the Lighthouse stitched. But I gotta tell you that this water, this is part of the mermaid's hair, but this water I frogged 3 times. What had happened was this little piece that juts out, I forgot to do that. I had gone straight down. And then when I started the water, I got to a certain point and I said, let me see if it all matches up. And it didn't. And I couldn't figure out why. And I kept counting and recounting. Then finally I realized that I hadn't added this. And that, because of that, this line extended 2 more stitches, which this had to then extend. And then finally I got that to work out. But that's where I got after a week or so. The next one is Arlene Cohen's Flowers from 1650. This is the pattern. And this is where I've gotten on that. I started it, I guess I worked on it about 5 days. Because I'm trying to figure out that I've been with you about 2 weeks ago. And I've stitched all this in that time. The next one is Plum Street Samplers, Heritage Sampler. One afternoon I says, gee, I want to start that. So I took out 28 count Monaco, and I got this far. Got the eagle done and the flower. Yeah, the white doesn't show very well on camera, but yeah, but in person it shows up better. And then when I went to my LNS on Saturday for the sit and stitch, I picked up some of the haul of patterns that I had picked up, that I had ordered. So in doing so, I got the Country Cottage, May Cottage, and this is the May Cottage. I think you could see it well enough. And I just started it last night because I realized I have to have this done before May 1st. So this is going to get my attention this whole week, and hopefully I can complete it and put it into an FFO and make it into one of those little hangers to get it out for May. Cross your fingers. Okay, so those are all my whips. Now I'll share with you my haul. Besides the May Cottage, I ordered the June Cottage from Country Cottage. And I had thought I had all of them, but I didn't. And those were the 2 that I was missing. Then I ordered a Lizzie Kate Thankful String. It's the alphabet. And so I got the Thankful, the Merry String from Lizzie Kate, the Snowy String, and this is the one that I wanted so badly that I ordered the other ones, the Buzzy Spring. Then I ordered another Lizzie Kate, Ho Ho Ho. I had the spring smalls, so I ordered the winter smalls, summer smalls, and autumn smalls. You know, it's funny when I hear people talking on Flosstube about how they're stitching from stash. I couldn't do that because I didn't have stash to stitch from. So now I feel like I have too much stash, and it starts to give me anxiety of how am I going to get this all done. But hopefully, God willing, I'll get it all done. The next one is a Brenda Gervais pattern. It's called Indigo Lane. I love that. I love that. And then they have also this, I think it's a box that you can order and you can finish it that way. I don't think I'm going to do it because I don't think I'm capable of doing that one. But I will start with the house and then progress from there. Another Brenda Gervais is Jolly Happy Soul. The next one is Easter Parade. Here's one of my bunnies that I had hoped to stitch for this past spring, but I just got it. And then this is another one. It's Prairie Schooner Bunnies, number book 178. I had ordered that one as well, and that came in. Now, most of you know about McKenna at Stitchin' in Sequence. She was doing a sale through the attic in Arizona, and I had partaked in some of the charts from the Country Cottage Needleworks, and they were the cake charts. I thought they were adorable. This one is Blueberry. The next one, Cherry. Then we have Lime. I'm hoping you can see it. And then Carrot Cake. And finally, Lemon. And lemon is hard to see the words in here because they're yellow. But I guess it depends on the fabric that I choose to do them on. So that is all my haul. I'm going to do a separate video regarding Stitch Mania and how I did it last year and how I plan to move forward in doing it this year. So I hope you watch my next video. After I do these two, I think this is going to be a two-part video because I don't think I'll get everything in. But after that, it'll be my Stitch Mania video and how I'm doing Stitch Mania. Alrighty, I'm going to end it here and go on to the next video so that it doesn't cut off on me. Alright, see you soon.